Once I actually learned how money works, everything changed. And that's what I want to help you with today. I'm going to break down the 5 reasons why you feel stuck. And then I'm going to give you actual real world solutions, how you can maybe move out of where you are now and start to build the wealth that you want. So let's dive into it. Reason number 1, your priorities and your values are just off. People don't value themselves enough to actually start investing in their future. And listen, I was right there, so I feel like I'm the best person to actually talk about this. The truth of the matter is you value comfort over growth and pleasure over purpose. And you're never going to build the wealth that you want if you don't believe that you're actually worth it. So your bank account is going to correlate directly to what you prioritize. And the way that I know this is if I just go back and I look at your credit cards or I look at your bank statements and I just look at all the things that you have bought, then that has told me what you actually prioritize. Reason number 2 is the poor versus the middle class versus the wealthy mindset. So let's dive into it. The poor mindset does this when it comes to money. We get money, we pay bills, we buy stuff, and then there's nothing left and we're struggling. The middle class, they have a certain type of mindset as well, which is we get money, we buy stuff, we pay bills, and then we try to save whatever is left over, whether we save that in a 401k or a 403b or some sort of IRA. But the fact of the matter is there's not much that's left over, so we still live paycheck to paycheck. The wealthy, though, have a different mindset when it comes to money. Is we get money, we invest that money, then we save that money, then we pay bills, and lastly, we buy stuff. So we all get the same type of money, but what we do with it is completely different. So wealthy people invest before they spend, and poor people spend before they invest. The order is actually the real difference. Step number 3, why is this happening? Because your spending grows with every income raise. Now we call this lifestyle creep. So as your income raises, you find more stuff to bring into your life. So the truth is you reward yourself too dang early. Here's the stat. 61% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. And here's what's even crazier. 42% of these folks earn 6 figures or more. So making more money doesn't actually fix the bad habits. It just magnifies them. So reason number 4, you have no plan and no buckets. What do you mean by this, Jamil? You have no intentional strategy. And remember, I was just right there. So all your money probably is mixed. And because it's mixed, it disappears. So truth of the matter is you just need categories. Categories for your bills, categories for investing, categories for savings, categories for fun, and categories for giving. Because if you don't assign every dollar, believe it or not, is going to disappear. You know that, and I know that too. So now that we kind of talked about the problems, why is this happening? So now let me give you 5 solutions to turn all this around. So let's talk about the first solution. Solution number 1 is start valuing yourself more. And what I mean by that is pay yourself first. When I started realizing I didn't value myself is the moment I started realizing that everybody else got my money before I actually got my money. Toyota dealership got my money. Verizon had got my money. Everyone was getting my money before I got my money. So I want you to turn that around and start loving yourself enough to pay yourself first and to tell you that you are the most important person in the picture. And one of the ways you're going to do that is you're actually just going to pay yourself first. Solution number 2 is start to use what we call the 70-10-10-10 formula. Now, this is an easy formula that's going to give your money structure so that you can get on the other side of just paying bills. 70% of your income you're going to use to live off of, 10% you're going to use to invest. The next 10% you'll use so that you can actually start saving that money and we can build an emergency fund. And the next 10% you're simply going to give away. Now, let me tell you this. Sometimes it is difficult to start with the 70-10-10-10 plan. So if you have to, and if that feels like it's too much or it feels like it's too hard, do what I did. I didn't start out with the 70-10-10-10. I had to grow towards it. So maybe you start living off of 80% of your income. You are saving 10%, you're investing 5%, and you're giving 5%. And then you'll evolve from there, because the truth is, it's not about the amount, but it is about the order. Step number 3 is create what I call echo income. If you've ever read my book, The Richest Man in Direct Sales, I talk about creating different streams of incomes early on. So add a new stream so that the bills no longer consume every single dollar. What are some streams? How can you start making some more money? For me, as I found a little part-time business that I could start building in passive income. But for you, it might be tutoring, it might be coaching, it might be consulting, it might be mobile services, it might be photography, it might be freelance. I don't know, but find something that can bring in another stream of income, because you don't need necessarily a second job, but you do need a second stream so that you can start using that. Solution number 4 is automate investing. I want you to take you out of the picture. Like, you are the bottleneck a lot of the times, just like I was the bottleneck. So start investing before anything else. Write this down, set it and forget it. What do you mean, Jamil? I mean, if you are investing $500 a month at a nominal 10% return, then that's going to be over $300,000 that you're going to build in the next 20 years. And it's going to be over $1 million that you build over the next 30 years. So you don't have to sit there every single month and think, what do I need to invest in? No, have that automated so that every single time you get paid, a portion of that money goes into a low-cost index fund that's going to track the S&P 500 and historically give you 5 or 10 to 12% return on your money. That way, it's just something that happens. And here's the truth. Once that starts happening, you're not even going to miss the $200, the $500, the $1,000, the $5,000, because it's just going to look like a new build. So you don't build wealth with passion. Trust me, you build wealth with automation. Solution number 5, slow down lifestyle creep. What do I mean by that? I mean that every time you make more money, your bill should not be going up. Okay, so every time you make more money, then that is an opportunity for you to keep more so that you can invest more, not buy more stuff. So just because you can afford it doesn't mean that you should buy it. Here's what you want to do. Buy the assets first, the things that you can buy that's going to put more money into your pocket without you having to do anything, and leave the liabilities for last. As we tie it all together, you don't actually have to wait until you're debt free to be rich or to build wealth. I wasn't necessarily, okay? You just need structure, you need consistency, and you need the right order of doing things, because the truth is, wealth isn't built in a moment. It is built with momentum. So if you're feeling stuck, I understand. I was just there. But what I'm telling you is, you're not that far from freedom. You just got to start making your money see more progress. And I want to help you do that. I want to help you build your first income stream so that you can get your money really working for you. So listen, if you're tired of feeling stuck, and if you're making money but not seeing progress and you're just tired of it, I want to help you build more income streams to get that money to start working for you. Go ahead and comment the word invest below, and I'll send you the link to join my next free investing class. So I hope today has brought you tremendous value, and until the next one, let's build wealth. We'll see you soon.